Hello, players, coaches, parents, everyone else. Thank you for attending our first ever virtual sports banquet. These are strange times, but we're making the best of things, and just because we can't be together in person doesn't mean that we don't want to take a few minutes to honor our spring athletes. A few short months ago, I would have told you that this was going to be an unforgettable soccer season. And I guess I would have been right, but not for the reasons that I would have hoped for. It's not an exaggeration when I say that I've been looking forward to this particular soccer team for the past 4 years. This is the first team that I've had the privilege to coach from their beginnings on the developmental team in 5th grade through their 8th grade year. I've seen most of these 7th and 8th grade players start as tiny and timid young ladies and grow into the competent and confident players that they are now. I have no doubt that if this season had gone as planned, it would have been a great one, and I'll tell you why. These girls came to practice every day ready to go, and they worked hard to improve individually and as a team. They left the drama at home, and they concentrated on playing good soccer. However, the thing that really set this team apart, and the biggest reason I know that they would have done something special this year, is that they like each other. These girls are friends. They care about each other as more than just teammates. They all want to see each other succeed, and they go out of their way to make that happen. These girls never stop cheering for each other, whether it's in practice or in games, whether we're winning by a lot or losing by a lot, both of which we did in the 2 games that we played. It's especially gratifying as a coach when you don't have to motivate your girls to cheer for each other, and that was never even a thought with this team. These girls take care of each other because it's who they are, not because we tell them to. The energy on the field in our first 2 games was incredible, and it was only rivaled by the energy on the bench. That makes for a really fun environment for everyone. I only wish that we could have had 14 or so more games just like those first couple. Before I wrap this up, I need to thank a few people. First, a big thank you to Miss Gentili for organizing everything and keeping us running behind the scenes. There's so much that goes on into these sports seasons that nobody ever knows about because she takes care of it quietly without any fuss. There's no one else that I would rather dig through damp, moldy backpacks with, so thank you. And thank you to my fellow coaches, Charles, Maggie, and Megan. There's no way I could do this alone, and I thoroughly enjoy yelling at other people's kids with you all. Next, a huge thank you to the parents. It's a big deal for you to put your children into someone else's care a couple hours a day, a few days a week, and that's not lost on us. So on behalf of all the coaches, thank you, and thank you all for all of the help with driving and coordinating the transportation and getting people to and from practices and games. And I want to thank this year's captains as well, Rowan, Kate, and Mai. You all set the tone for this team from day one in tryouts, and you led by example in practices and in games, which says a lot about your character in addition to your leadership skills. And I want to thank the players. I'm so proud of all of you all. You all worked so hard in the small amount of time that we had, and I never heard a single complaint or a negative word. When I said earlier that I've been looking forward to this group for years, you all are the reason why. You girls are hardworking and fun and a pleasure to coach. And lastly, I want to say a quick goodbye to our 8th graders. You all got cheated out of a final season, and while no one could have predicted this, I am sorry that it turned out this way for all of you in particular. Amelia, I'm going to miss your calm presence, your cold, heartless efficiency on defense. This is going to be a big year for you. Danny, you really took one for the team this year, literally. I know going back in goal was a big sacrifice, and you did it willingly with minimal crying and moaning. I respect that. Thank you. Jasmine, I'm so glad that you finally joined us this season after holding out for so long. You caught on quickly, and you actually listened to things that the coaches told you. That's pretty neat for us. Pilar, I'm glad that you finally came back to us this year. I was looking forward to getting you back on the field, but even though that didn't work out, having you back after your brief retirement was really nice. And Rowan, it was especially fun for me to see you play all 4 years at ICS, from your 5th grade season holding down the bench to this, the season that wasn't. So you 8th graders have brought more to this program than I can easily put into a video that's already way too long, but thank you all. Thank you so much. And I'll wrap this up now, but for those of you who watched the whole thing, thank you. And for those of you who skipped straight to the end, that's hurtful, but I get it. And I'll see most of you again in the fall for volleyball season. But in the meantime, stay safe and be good to each other.